Continuing to fill questions for usmle, I have a student from within our Telegram group asking about people on Reddit complaining that memorizing the NBME exams, as I've harped on repeatedly in my prior videos, that some students on Reddit are complaining that spending time memorizing the NBMEs is a waste of time because you might only get 1 or 2 or 3 repeats. Okay, so why would you spend all that time memorizing the NBMEs? And I can give you a very fucking excellent answer here as to why it would be incredibly audacious for you not to memorize the NBMEs prior to your step. So before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Give the video a like. I really appreciate it. Find me on Instagram at mehlman_medical, mehlman_medical. Links down below. Find me on Telegram. Links to the Telegram group and channel down below. Now start the clip. So in terms of memorizing the NBME exams, I have 3 points as far as why it would be a terrible fucking idea not to memorize all the NBME content. The first point is we don't know the exact number of repeats that are going to show up. The same exact way, we don't know if you're going to have a biochem heavy exam, or maybe you'll get a lot of cardio versus a lot of repro. We don't know the exact tilt that will show up on your exam. So there have been students who've come out of the exam who said that they've had 10 repeats. Other students have said that they didn't get many repeats. Okay, so we don't know the exact tilt. And by the way, this is bearing in mind that students will see repeats and not even realize it. Okay, so I, for example, have sent offline questions from the NBMEs that have repeated on the new NBMEs to students whom I'm tutoring, and then they'll take the new NBME exams, sometimes get those repeat questions wrong, and I'll say, I sent you that fucking question 3 weeks ago, do you remember? And they're like, no, and I'm like, it's a repeated question. So students won't even remember that they've encountered a repeat, especially if you get the questions right, okay? It's not to discount people's experiences and what they say, it's just you might report that you got 4 repeats, and in reality, you actually saw 12, you just don't fucking remember. Okay, I really want you memorizing the NBME content. That's the first point. The second point is, if you know the NBMEs are the real deal, why wouldn't you fucking study them? Why wouldn't you take every advantage you can get? Is your contention that you'd rather study obscure material that's not the real exam? Would you rather go through some obscure QBank, spend your time there, knowing that that's not the real deal, but that you're foregoing your study of the NBMEs when you could be getting repeats? That makes no fucking sense, okay? So if you know that the NBMEs and the real deal are the same thing, very fucking stupid and audacious to not be going through that material, okay? That's the second point. My third point is, irrespective of the exact number of repeats that show up on your exam, recognize that by going through all of the NBME exams, memorizing all of that material, that's going to facilitate you being able to make a good gut feeling, okay? Generate a good instinct for answering questions when you don't know the answer. I'm going to give a very fucking weird analogy right now, okay? But just run with me on this one. If I were to sit in my room right now for the next week and for 12 to 14 hours per day do nothing but memorize an English vocabulary book, I'm going to be incredibly grandiloquent and verbose by the end of the next week, okay? Because I have lots of words in my preconscious state. Holy shit. If you sit and memorize all of the NBME content, you go into the real deal and you encounter questions you don't know, because you have all of that info floating in your preconscious state, it's so recent, you spent so much time drilling that info in, that even if you don't know the answer, you'll just say, I think it's B, I don't know why, but I just feel like it's B. Okay, well, that's actually a tactic in and of itself. So irrespective of actual study content, people want to know tactics and tricks. Okay, how can we augment your score above and beyond the actual content? Tell me some tricks. Okay, well, one of your tricks is by memorizing all the NBME content assiduously, you're going to have all that in your preconscious state. So irrespective of the exact number of repeats, your ability to make gut decisions, okay, gut instincts, your ability to really bring that info out of your preconscious and answer questions you don't know will be augmented, okay? So I think that people who complain on Reddit about not memorize the NBMEs are just looking for excuses. People are looking to not do the work. You know the deal. To make more content, if you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate your time. That's it.